Good morning and welcome to Explore. It's so nice for you to join us again each and every month, and we appreciate your support. So today, I'm excited about this country. At only the size of Missouri, our feature country today really exhibits a wide diversity of offerings, from the cosmopolitan area of Montevideo to the party like a rock star Punta del Este. We are talking today about the Hamptons of South America. Our country this month is Uruguay. And we're going to dig a little deep into this exquisite country, and we're going to explore. We're going to stroll the Rambla de Montevideo. We're going to watch the Atlantic whales. We're going to sip at one of the many wineries. Well, figuratively, not actually. Unfortunately, it's too early for that here, at least stateside. We're going to go to hot springs hopping in the Rio Uruguay, and we're going to tour the vast countryside where gauchos still tend to their herds. This country is spectacular, and I can say that because I have been there not once, but twice. I loved it so much. And I would guess that if you're like me, just the average old American, I knew very little about this country before I visited, and that's really no surprise because it really has been wrongfully ignored and has lived in the shadows of its much larger Latin neighbors. So today, we are going to get that secret out, and we're going to allow South America's smallest country to get some well-deserved recognition. And our friend to do that, our friend in Uruguay who is going to enchant you, is none other than Nora Coccaro. Did I say it right?
Coccaro, yes.
I never say it right. I'm so sorry. Welcome, Nora, to Explore. And in just a few minutes, we're going to have you introduce yourself and give us a little bit of background on yourself. But before we do that, just a little bit of housekeeping, and actually thanks to our audience for helping us with this mission. And it is to educate everyone on real estate possibilities outside of your home city. And there are many. Everyone dreams. Admit it. Everybody dreams of living and working someplace else, or at least retiring, perhaps, to some other country. So some people dream, and some people do. And we are here for you, the doers. So my special request before we start, if you're watching us live, is go ahead and tag your friends or clients. If you're an agent, put their info in our comment box so they can come back and see us at their leisure. You can also find us on YouTube. You can like our Spinelli page and friend our Spinelli page, Spinelli Residential Group, so that you can know about episodes that we are doing monthly internationally. And also we do episodes in the US. We do highlight our friends stateside. So if these ideas also are intriguing at all, my suggestion to you is to reach out to your local Keller Williams agent and ask them about your area of interest. They can connect you truly to an expert anywhere in the world. We are in 51 regions throughout the country. Most people are blown away by that. I know I am blown away by the growth. So, we're doing this, and I think PW is responding to this kind of growth because we know that demand is changing. While the lure of a getaway place has always been there, it really has spiked a lot in the last 18 months. There's been a 23% increase in second home ownership, and it's not just for the rich. Some people think it's a luxury for the rich, but know that about 10 million Americans own a second home. It doesn't have to be expensive. We're really here to kind of bust the myth that you have to spend millions of dollars and be a jet setter in order to live this kind of lifestyle. You do not. We know at KW that a significant portion of our sales are indeed outside of a buyer's primary market. But in saying that, there's a lot to consider before making a purchase. So today, we're going to look at some of those things, from pricing to how to pay for this, and possibly if you could monetize this purchase when you're not using it, because we all want to be so smart with our money. So our viewers out there, just a reminder of our format. We're going to start with just a little bit of Q&A. And then at the end, we're going to share some properties, and we have 5 amazing properties to share with you. And then audience, please be prepared to take note towards the end, because we're going to share Nora's information. So she will be the expert for you in Uruguay, whether you need to talk to her today or years from now, she's the one to call. So Nora, thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Of course, we are delighted, and it's our honor to share a little bit of time with you today. Tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Uruguay, and I spent most of my life commuting between Uruguay and Canada, US, and I'm involved with real estate for many, many years, commuting between New York and Punta del Este. And last year with pandemia, I was here and I made a decision to make my base in Uruguay. So Uruguay is my home now again. Yes.
That's a good decision. And before I start on some Q&A, I want to give some people a geographic reference, because I think a lot of people don't know where Uruguay is. But it's in South America, towards the bottom, kind of in between Brazil and Argentina and the Atlantic Ocean, right?
Yes.
And I think from being there, and you corroborate this, Nora, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more, Uruguay's feel is more European, not so much Latin American. And because of a variety of reasons, it's a progressive country. It's much more stable than a lot of the South American countries. We sometimes hear about, political unrest or the dollar, there's issues. But Uruguay doesn't have that problem. It's stable, it's culturally sophisticated, and it's been a long time of interest to people, Americans and Canadians, who are looking to live maybe in South America, but want a stable, peaceful environment that has great infrastructure and wonderful things like healthcare system, that things that everyone needs from day to day. So is that part of the attraction when you're moving people to your home?
Yes, I can say that Uruguay is about stability, transparency, and peace, to start with. And we are only 3.5 million people, with 75% of the vaccine already done. So the country right now is booming because it's safe so far, and we expect the market, the prices to start rising next year. So that is our big expectation. Yes.
Would you say the recent sale, and when I say recent, I mean the last several years, so even pre-COVID, are you still seeing a good share of non-Uruguayans coming in to purchase?
Absolutely. Mainly from Argentina. There's a big part of Argentina, people who wants to live here, wants to have their family growing in Uruguay, because it's also proximity to Buenos Aires and the big cities in Argentina. And as I said, this is a very peaceful country in a moment that we all need peace.
Yes.
And stability. The cost of living here is, I would say Uruguay is for retirees with means or remote workers with income coming from abroad.
Right.
Yes.
Well, the cost
Those are the two ideal situations to move to Uruguay right now. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the cost of living. And again, I want to kind of dispel these myths, because while Uruguay is partially maybe a playground for the rich and celebrity, I mean, you definitely have that you can watch the sunset from the yacht, or you can watch that same sunset just sitting in the sand. So no matter what, it's the same experience. And while maybe the cost of living, there'll be some things that are more expensive than maybe even in the US. Most people, when I was doing my research, they don't really comment on that. The monthly expenses in Uruguay seem to kind of be even, but what people did report is a dramatic increase in the quality of their lives.
Absolutely.
And we really cannot put a price tag on that, as we know. Let me ask you, Nora, foreigners, also in my research, when I was looking at foreigners purchasing in Uruguay, and by the way, there's a lot of Americans. There's a big expat community. There's a huge following online on international living and sites like that, for Americans to live in Uruguay for so many reasons we don't even have enough time to go into yet. But for those kind of people that want to relocate, they can work remotely. Can they buy property in Uruguay? Is it complicated?
It's very easy. There's no difference. Foreigners and locals, they just need a good notary public, a good deal, a good broker, and of course, first of all, find the house of their dreams. And it goes through an easy process that could take 30 to 45 days.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, from the moment you do the contract to closing. Yes.
Wow. So the parties in the contract would be the individual brokers and the notary.
Will be the two parties, the two brokers, and a notary public instead of a lawyer.
Perfect. That is very simple. Wonderful.
It's
and
simple.
Are those purchases made with financing or cash or both?
It's mainly cash. Foreigners, it's very hard for foreigners to get financing. And it's been always cash transaction.
And you have the US dollars, that really eliminates the cost of converting the purchase and sale proceeds from one currency to another, and kind of reduces the risk between currency values during a transaction. Yes. So that makes it probably much more simple than maybe a lot of the other countries we've covered that do have different currencies. So that's a great benefit. What about pricing? What would you say is like an average price point in your area, or even an entry level price point? Either one of those.
Entry level would be $150,000.
Wow.
Yes.
You see, it is affordable.
$150,000.
That's amazing. What's the most popular kind of offering? I mean, I guess you all have city apartments. You probably have beach apartments, maybe single family homes. I know when I was there, I mean, I think we spent half the day just driving and looking at the architecture, because you have some gorgeous modern architecture, just really world-class modern architecture. So of course you have those amazing houses, but you probably have country estates, I would imagine, and maybe even some lots that you could build on.
Yes, we call it farms, chacras, small farms, chacras. Yeah, 5 hectares, 10 hectares chacras. And this is what everybody's looking right now. For land, small piece of land where they can build their house, and in a very rustic way, because this is the style. And also houses, individual houses, more than apartments now. Yes.
You know, when I was there, we stayed in Punta in a high rise. But then the next time we stayed in a chakra in a neighborhood. It was kind of like a vacation rental. And it was just so nice. We felt like we were a local. I just loved the experience. And the people were wonderful, very warm. And I don't even know if you know this, Nora, but Uruguay, as small as it is, contributes more troops to the United Nations peacekeeping missions than any other country. Think about that, the size of it. That speaks to the heart of the Uruguayan people. Thank you all. Thank you all for that. So I want to get to the properties here in just a second because we've got 5 of them and I want to hear all about them. So we're going to pull those up and let you, Nora, take over and share with us what we are looking at.
Okay. We start in Jose Ignacio. Our tour begins in Jose Ignacio. Jose Ignacio is a tiny, tiny peninsula of 6 by 6 blocks, a fishing village. And Jose Ignacio is the definition of rustic elegance. No paved streets, no ATM machines. If you look for luxury, it's not here. That is the spirit of Jose Ignacio. It is also the sandbox of the 1%. And that is reflecting in the prices because it's very small and very understated in very subdued mood. And it's quite pricey because of all these reasons. And this house it was designed and built by a British writer, and now it's owned by a British guy. It's the only house in Jose Ignacio with 3 floors, stunning sunsets and views from the balcony where you can have, I don't know, 100, 200 people for barbecue. And it's off market, of course, asking price 3.2.
It's beautiful. Look at that view.
It is beautiful. That terraza is kind of, where is my Campari? You know, where is my Campari? I want to live there. It's really one of a kind properties, and that is the price. Of course, there are more expensive houses in Jose Ignacio and very expensive chacras outside Jose Ignacio. Mm-hmm.
I love Jose Ignacio. One of my favorite memories when I was in Uruguay is strolling on the beach with my dear friend Kim Collins and toting our mate, which is a local drink that's really an acquired taste. It's like dried guava leaves, I think. We never could really quite get into it. We tried, but I clearly remember spending some time there, and it was magic. It really, truly was.
Yes, probably you were to La Huella, and the drinks are clerico, sangria, mojito.
That's what we should have been having instead of the mate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful, beautiful. What do we have next?
Let's see.
The Santa Monica Maldonado.
Yeah, outside, besides Jose Ignacio, and this is to compare prices. This is right outside Jose Ignacio. It's a house done by a New York architect. This is home, but it's brand new. And as you see, it's just steps to the waves, and it's in the market for $590,000. So you have a house in Jose Ignacio for 3.2, and you drive 1 or 2 kilometers. You are right in the beach also on your way to Montevideo, and you pay $590,000.
I like that number.
Yes. Brand new home. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And look at that view again. I think people don't quite understand that the ocean is right there. I mean, it is big. It is a big view. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
And then we drive west on our way to Montevideo, and we arrive to Miami-like Punta del Este. Miami-like, very glamorous and very beautiful. And the port, El Puerto, the port of Punta del Este is our version of a French Riviera port. That's what it is. low buildings, low-rise building. This is one of those, very wide, 4 floors, facing the sunset again, the yacht, the cruises, the island, everything. And of course, because it's the port, the price goes to $900,000.
But very reasonable. I mean, look at that view. That's a multi-million-dollar view in Miami.
Mm-hmm. I also included a picture of the kitchen because the kitchen would need a new kitchen, basically. Yeah.
A little refresh, but
a little refresh. TLC, lots of TLC.
It's beautiful. Okay, I like that, and it's large, 2,000 square feet. That's a big condo, 3 bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have?
And then also within Punta del Este, we walked to what is called El Casco, the old town of Punta del Este, where Punta del Este was born. And we have this charming, charming house that is only $860,000. But the location of this house in the old town, when you leave your house, you look to the left and you have the waves, and you look to the right and you have the lighthouse. So can't be more dramatic block in Punta del Este. So this is why I picked this house. And the price reflects also the location.
And it is large.
Mm-hmm. It is large. It has a swimming pool, big garden. Yes. And it's very nice. It belongs to an antique dealer. And yes, you really feel you are in Punta del Este in the 50s.
In the 50s.
In the 50s.
Tell me, any of these homes that we've looked at, could they be rented out? Do you have a market for like vacation rentals? So there's no restriction or very little restrictions on that. You could rent it out if you chose and bring in money.
Yeah, no restriction at all. The best money is done in January. That is the highest point of the season. But you can rent it December, January, and February. And then what we call winter season, March 1st to November 30th. So you can get tenants, seasonal tenants would be the best way, all year round, basically. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, and then we have one more, I think, correct?
Yeah, and then on our way to Montevideo, we go to Plaza Mansa, the calm beach, where we have again a low-rise building, very wide, 4 floors. And this apartment has 4 suites, bedrooms.
And when you say suites, do you mean that there's a bath with it?
Yes, the 4 bedrooms are in suite.
In suite, yes. Okay.
In suite. So it is big, and at the same time, it feels like home. And the kitchen is like out of a New York magazine. It's a very beautiful L-shaped big kitchen. And the view is also a block far from the ocean. You have frontal views. And besides, to the right, is the Fendi Chateau, that is a high-end project that is about to be done in 1 year. Yeah. So that will bring value, more value to the blocks. Yeah. And this is $480,000.
Yeah, so a wide range of types of properties, a wide range of prices, and a few things in common: beautiful views and charm, which is the Uruguayan way, correct?
Yes, we try. It's in our blood, basically.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are all stunning properties. You know, my honey bunny Kevin, he always gets a little nervous when I do these because I usually finish and say, we need to buy a property in Uruguay. You know, every month. Every month
it's easy. Yes, yeah, it's very easy.
This is
And
no
the system
exception.
works. And title search goes 30 years back. So it's transparent, it's easy, and it's safe. Yes.
And beautiful, beautiful. Well,
And then you drive, all hour and a half to Montevideo. And in Montevideo, the talk of the town right now is the new project called the Venetian. Again, right across the beach, very beautiful location. And it's location, views, and luxury. Finally, we find luxury in exposed, you know.
So that's like a condo project or a high-rise, the Venetian? Yes.
It's a high-rise condo and half floors each unit. And it will be certainly the best place in Montevideo.
Which
because
is a beautiful
location. Yeah.
That's a beautiful town. I loved. I mentioned being there on the beach with my friend, but the two other great memories is just walking around Montevideo, having a leisurely lunch, and the other one was just gorging on great asado. Which, Nora, when you come visit me in Texas,
yes,
to our version of asado, we call it barbecue.
Barbecue, yeah.
We call it barbecue here in the great state of Texas. So thank you so much for sharing all that. Viewers, you can see Nora's information is up here. Please write it down. Connect with her on LinkedIn. That's her WhatsApp phone number, easy email access to her. You want to write this down because you never know when an opportunity is going to present itself. And if you decide to explore for yourself, please reach out to Nora ahead of time so that you guys can meet and connect when you're there. She will be a wonderful ambassador for her country, her beautiful, beautiful country. So write all of that down. And friends, to my special request for you is, again, to tag your friends so that they can see this, they can share in this, and they can subsequently share it with other people they know, whether they're friends, family, or clients. It's just a wonderful opportunity for us to let people know what things are out there, what places, properties, people are out there, because we are ready to make some connections. And I really, like, everybody is just dying to make some connections and be exploring again and getting out. And I hope that everyone in the world can get back to that here soon. So we're doing our part to bring you the information about what you can do and where you can go. And I just can't wait for all of it to be put into action again very, very, very soon. So thank you so much, Nora, for what you do today. We value you so much, and audience, you as well. And tune in and see where we're going next. I have an idea, but I'm going to let you just sit and wait and look for the announcement. We'll be in another beautiful location, learning about amazing properties and wonderful financial opportunities for you to invest in real estate, and at the same time still be able to enjoy your investment. And that makes so much sense, doesn't it? So again, thank you, Nora, so much. I hope I can be there to see you very soon.
Thank you, and I'm here for you.
Well,
everybody.
Thank you so much. Until next time, please, everyone, be safe, take care from the beautiful city of Austin, Texas. This is Jeanette Spinelli with the Spinelli Residential Group. We are your Austin consultants. Go out and make it a powerful day. Stay healthy, and above all else, be kind. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.